Students, today we will discuss about animal tissue. So let's start. Animal tissue is divided into four types. The first is epithelial tissue. Okay. The second is muscular tissue. The third is connective tissue. And the fourth is nervous tissue. Right. So these are four types of animal tissues which we have to discuss: epithelial tissue, muscular tissue, connective tissue, or nervous tissue. So basically, what is epithelial tissue? Epithelial tissue is used, or you can say that it provides outer covering to our skin, right? It provides outer covering to our skin or organs. And muscular tissue is mainly responsible for the movement in the body, right? It is mainly responsible for movement in the body. Contraction or relaxation of muscles is due to muscular tissue, right? So next is connective tissue. Connective tissue helps in to connect, or it also helps in the transportation, right? For example, blood is an example of connective tissue. So it blood transport from one body part to other body part, so it is also work as a connective tissue. And the next is nerve impulse or nerve tissue. So what is nervous tissue? Nervous tissue is act as a you can say that it conduct impulses, right? It conduct impulses and send signal to the brain. So this is the work of nervous tissue. So let us discuss this one by one. So we will start from first, that is epithelial tissue. Okay, start from the epithelial tissue. So students, epithelial tissue is also divided into many parts. So let us discuss one by one. The first part of epithelial tissue which we are to discuss here, that is squamous epithelial, the next is cuboidal, epithelial, right? Squamous epithelial, cuboidal epithelial, the next is columnar epithelial, next is ciliated epithelial, okay, and the last is glandular epithelial. So next is glandular epithelium. So let us discuss these one by one. So firstly, what I told you about epithelial tissue, it is basically, students, it is, this epithelial tissue is basically work as a covering organ, right? Or you can say all the hollow cavities internal in internal organs, right? All the hollow cavities in internal organ, it is also found there. So if we talk about epithelial tissue, so it is found position where it is found. So it is mostly found in covering of organs, or it is protect, or found in outer layering of the organ. So covering of organ, or cavities within the body, cavities within the body, like in our stomach cavity, right? In our stomach cavity the epithelial tissue is found. So you can say that it is found externally as well as internally, right? It is found externally as well as internally. If we talk about externally, how it found externally, so externally it is found in the form of skin, as you see on your body, right? Skin is there, so that is a epithelial tissue, right? Or internally it is found in the form of cavities within the body, like stomach cavity, right? So I think this is clear to all of you. So let's talk about the structure of epithelial tissue. So how's the structure of epithelial tissue? If we talk about structure, so there can be single layer or multiple layer in the structure of epithelial tissue. So from here what we can say that it can be, single or multiple layered, right? If we talk about the structure, it can be single or multiple layered. Or the cells which are arranged in epithelial tissue that are very closely packed, like I'll just show you the structure. It is this kind of structure. See students, it is the structure. See, it is single, or it can be single layer, or it can be multi-layer, right? So the cell which are here are closely packed, means cells are compact. So if the cells are compact, so what you can say? You can say that there is no intermolecular space, right? Or there is no intercellular space between the cell. So what we can say, there is no intercellular space between the cells, right? So according to the structure, these are cells are compact, closely packed. So there we can say that there is no intercellular space between the cells, right? See, because they are closely packed, there is no intercellular space. So there is a fluid which is called matrix, right? Fluid which is called matrix. So matrix is a fluid which is found in between this cavities, or you can say the gap between the cell. So if these are closely packed, so there are no matrix is found. So we can write here, no matrix is present in epithelial tissue, right? So we are just discussing now epithelial tissue. These basic properties of epithelial tissue. The next is, it is regenerative. It is regenerative. So how we can say it is regenerative? See, our skin, time to time it becomes like, after some time it becomes regrow, right? So it is regenerative. Okay, so this lining is called basement layer. This is called basement layer. So I hope this is clear about epithelial tissue, right, to all of you. Let's see it again. What is that? If we are talking about the position, it is found in the covering of organs. Means organs को cover करने के लिए जिस some tissue का use करते हैं, that is epithelial tissue. और cavity is within the body, right? So it is found in the cavity within the body. So we can say that it is found in external or internal as well. So structure, this is the structure because there is less, the cells are compactly packed and there are less intercellular space, right? So there is no matrix present there, and it can regrow or it is regenerative. It can be single layered or multiple layered. I hope this is clear to you. Now we will start its first type. What is that? That is squamous epithelium, right? This is squamous epithelium. So let's start. So see students, basically we have to know what's the structure or function and where these are found. See, we have to know about basically the position, function or the structure of these tissues, right? So a squamous epithelium, so it is basically a polygon in nature. It is basically polygon in nature. It having flat cells or these cells are arranged like tiles. Arranged in tiles or like tiles. Like you have seen tiles in your home. So they have polygon structures, like you can draw the structure like this. If we will talk about the structure. So this is the structure, right? So see, we can draw the structure like this. See, this is the structure, right? So this is about squamous epithelium. It is polygon in nature. Flat cells are found arranged like tiles, right? So what is the position? If we talk about the position, so what is the position? What is the position of squamous epithelium, where it is found? So it is generally found in alveoli, right? Alveoli, what alveoli? See, we have seen in respiratory system there are in respiratory system. See, this is this is respiratory system. So there are large number of, right, alveoli are found, right? So these are alveoli. These are balloon like structure, you can say. See, you can say these are like this type of structure, balloon like structures. having lots of blood vessels in it and having help in take oxygen or release carbon dioxide in the lungs, right? So squamous epithelium is found in alveoli in lungs, which is present in the lungs. Next, blood vessels, or it is found in cheek. Okay, so this is the position of squamous epithelium. I hope this is understood, right? Polygon in nature, flat cells, these are arranged like tiles. This is the structure. So where it is found? It is found in alveoli, which is present in lungs, right? So blood vessels or cheek cells. So now let's move to the other part, which is cuboidal epithelium. So let's discuss about cuboidal epithelial. See, if we talk about the structure of cuboidal epithelial, so it is just tube-like structure, as the name suggests, right? It is just cube-like structure. Okay, so this is the structure of cuboidal epithelial. So where it is basically found, if we talk about location, so it is found in retina of eye. Retina of eye. See, the retina is the part where the light just pass through it and pass through the retina, and we are able to see. Okay, so retina of eye, it is found. Testes, testes or ovary. So testes or ovary, see, in man or women, testes or ovaries, they are found in as a germ layer, right? They are found as a germ layer. Okay, or they are also found in kidney tubules. So what is these kidney tubules? Kidneys having units, right? They having kidney having nephrons. So there are lots of nephron like structures in the kidney which helps in the excretion process, right, which helps to the dialysis of blood. So the tubules, there are tube like structures, like these are the tube like structures which is found in the nephron, and these tube like structures work as a absorption of excess nutrients which is present in the blood. So these tubules will work as a absorption of nutrients from the blood, right? So I think this is clear. So let's move to our third type, that is columnar epithelial. So it is basically pillar like structure. So the structure of columnar epithelial is pillar like structures. See, so this type of structure, it is observed in that. So this is the structure of columnar epithelial. So where it is basically found, if we talk about where it is basically found, the location, it is basically found in the lining of intestine. So what is the work there? For the absorption, you know the lining of intestine, there are small villi like structures found. Small valleys are found. So what are those valleys? Those are like you see, those are finger like structures. There are various finger like structures in those valleys like this, right? So those are finger like structures which are found in small intestine. Why what is the function of villis? So villis are used to absorb nutrients from the food. Okay, so let's move. It is also found in stomach. It is also found in stomach likewise, right? So let's move our fourth type. So what is the fourth type? That is ciliated epithelial. That is ciliated epithelial. So as you know, cilia, right? Ciliated epithelial is made up of cilia. So the structure of this is likewise. So there are loads of cilia are found on the surface. See, these are the cilia which is found on the surface. So what is the work of cilia? Is also work as the absorption, right? And where it is found, if we will talk about the location, so it is found in fallopian tube. Fallopian tube in females, right? And it is also found in bronchi. So bronchi we have already discussed. This is trachea and this is divided into these tubules. So these tubules are called bronchi, that are passes air to the lungs, right? So these are bronchi. So it is also found in bronchi, right? So what is the basic function? The cilia which is present here. So the cilia which is present, they sets gases or liquids in motion, right? So this is the basic function. So let's move our other type which is left, that is glandular epithelia. See, so glandular epithelial. So what is this? Basically it is cuboid structure. It has, you can say, it having cubical cells in it, or they can be branched or unbranched, branched or unbranched. So see, this is the structure like this. This is the structure, and here this cell. Okay, so this cell is called goblet. This cell is called goblet. See in between here, because it is mucus secreting cell. It is mucus secreting cell in glandular epithelium. And what is the main function of glandular epithelium? The main function of it is secretion. We talk about function. So what is the main function of glandular epithelium? Is called secretion. So where it is basically found, as the name suggests, see students, glands. So what is the position? If we talk about or location, it is basically found in glands, right? It is basically found in glands. So this is all about epithelial tissue. In our next class we will discuss the rest of tissues.